welcome to Be Here Now. This is Heather Fallona, the Medium on a Mission, along with Tina Godin. Tina, how are you doing tonight?
I'm doing well. How are you?
I'm good. I'm trying to, when we came up with the topic for this week, in terms of anytime we come up with a topic for anyone who's listening, we kind of just, anything that we feel like is going on, and just, we might be impacted by it, we might see others impacted by it, and self-care, like, it's what's happening right now. I think, I don't know, the last time we met, we talked about kind of the shifting, the planetary Mercury retrograde and all that stuff. And, I had on that Saturday, I went and did, it was my birthday, and I went and did a malas and meditation. And it's funny because I'm such a, in general, I think I have a little bit of perfectionist qualities. I think we all have some degree of it. Maybe it's my being a mom. I don't know. Maybe I don't know what that is. But, and so it's funny, when I started doing the mala, it was my first time. And I was like, what do I do? Da, da, da. And I think the girl who was doing it was like, are you okay? It's like, she could feel my energy. And I knew I was putting that off. And it was like, gosh, okay, I need to draw it back. And, and it was, I felt this sense of like, I've got to do it correctly. And it was a 3-hour class, but I had to be gone because my husband made dinner reservations for a lot of us. And if we were late, he's like, if we're late, they're going to bill our credit card. It's like, so I think that pressure in the back of my mind. And so Tina, on my way, I was like, I didn't even get to finish it, 3 hours, and I didn't finish. And I'm like, okay, so I guess I'm going to leave. And on my way home, I got pulled over by I was speeding. So that happened. And it's funny because I'm like, wow, like the little things that we do in life to, we think we're just so tapped into trying to like be there and be everywhere. I mean, that's, our show, Be Here Now. It's all you have to do is be here now. That's part of self-care, right? And I think we're so often trying to just, kind of be everything to everyone and do everything. I knew right immediately when I got pulled over and the cop came up, I was like, my husband is going to be calling in like a minute to say I'm running late. Can you please excuse me? Sure enough, right when he asked for all my information, my phone rings, and fortunately he was gracious enough. He gave me his business card, and I'm like, okay, well that's nice. And on the back of it later, it said, "Happy birthday! I just saved you like $145." He's like, go, like it was interesting because it was like the message was like, slow down, and I'm like, you're right. I definitely need to slow down. And it just really hit me at that moment. And I was like, I think the universe sends you signs. And just like full disclosure here, I don't get, like, I'm trying to think. I don't know the last time. I don't think I've ever actually gotten a speeding ticket. Actually, that's not true. No, I haven't. I was going to say the last time I've ever gotten a ticket, I was actually pregnant. It was like, oh gosh, like 6 or 7 years ago, I was pregnant with my son and the light changed. And so I was like, that was probably another sign, but I haven't gotten a lot of speeding tickets. I haven't. So it's not like it's a regular occurrence. So the fact that like this was all happening, maybe it was Mercury retrograde, maybe it was whatever, but I needed that. And so it really, I kind of sat with that and I was like, gosh, the self-care, it really is important. I think all too often we try to be everything to everyone else, and we don't really check in with ourselves to see how we are doing and what we need. And so I don't know if you've had any recent experiences. I think Mercury retrograde has hit everyone in some way. So if you would like to share a little bit of your experience there.
Yeah, it definitely, and it's hit the whole family. I mean, even my children are affected. The sleep cycles are, we had the time change too, but the sleep cycles here are just not happening. No one's sleeping well. And even when you are sleeping now, you wake up and you're just feeling like not the restful sleep that you need, your body needs. And, it's like you're more sensitive, you're more emotional. it's been wonky. The energy has been really crazy. So you just got to remind yourself back and not get in, just not get into the emotional piece of it. Just remind yourself, like, take a step back and say, okay, I know what this is. Take a breath, So I'm saying that to my kids,
Yeah, the police officer told me that as well. Calm down. It's okay. And I was like, oh, my gosh, I'm so sorry. Like, I just don't get pulled over. And it was like, what's happening in my life? So, it definitely was a sign from the universe or the, Denver Police Department, one of the two. But either way, I took it. So, it's interesting, too, like and we had the time change as well. And, wow, like, it's like I'm up all night, I've had a lot of like creative ideas and things coming forward. So I haven't really been, doing the self-care as well. Cause I'm like, oh my gosh, Spirit's just giving me a lot of information. I need to do this. And I've just been in another space with that and trying to really kind of like I was telling you, I perform Reiki on someone and I really am trying to give of myself. And even still, I'm like, and then I'm going to bed late and then my son, the school, they're going to get me a stamp that I can just sign him in late every day. I'm that mom, okay? It's happening. I was like, can you guys just make a stamp and then, like, instead of having to, like, sign
so funny.
everything, it's getting old. So, yeah. So I know there's a lesson here, and I'm embracing it. And so I think accountability is talking through that as well. So this is kind of putting it out there for me. And I think the point being, I think we all have so many things, and we go through. We don't even realize we're on that manic space, right? We just kind of go.
That's right.
And, anytime, I firmly believe, anytime there's any sort of like you're pulled over, you get into a car accident, little weird, you're late for this, late for that. There's a sign within there to slow down. You know what I'm saying? Like I always am like, what do I need to do? And it's really those physical manifestations of not taking care of yourself. At least that is the belief that I hold. So, so anyway, so that's something that's what's happening right now. So in my life, and but in terms of like, I think the biggest thing though too is it's important. Well, step one is admitting you have a problem, right? The identification of this. And so I'm there, and step two, I think, is really just kind of finding what needs to be done in the boundaries, like what boundaries I need to set and those type of things. And then also like integration of self-care activities. At some point in my life, my goal by the end of the year is to take an Epsom salt bath. Like, it's going to happen, and I'm going to be left alone when I do it. Like, nobody is going to bother me. It's mommy time, and so I see it on the horizon. I'm sure it's coming, but until I can do that, my other ways in which to really personally to practice self-care is through yoga. It's really, I get to leave the house, and I have an amazing yoga community that, there's just, we're all sort of in it together. It's, we go there, we don't all know each other's stories, but, we all have the same struggles without really having to say the words. And so that's my, really one indulgence, or I guess one of them, in terms of really trying to take care of myself. The other thing, I took a little break during work this week and went and got a massage. And I'm telling you, like, the energy that was in my chest is just like, I couldn't breathe deep. And when you're really stressed out and you can't breathe deep, right? Like, that's one of the things with yoga. The practice of inhaling and exhaling, like that deep, the prana, the life force, moving it within the body so it doesn't become stale. And it was interesting because I felt it, and it's like when she was doing it, I was talking to it, like, go, like, you can go. And I actually felt a little bit of energy force that didn't resonate. It was a residual, and I said, go. And at that moment, I was able to breathe deep, and it was like, oh, okay. And so, those type of things, like, you can physically see that what occurs from them in the, the results. And I think Reiki is another good example. I know you've had some experience. You do Reiki. I just really kind of started getting into it. What's your kind of experience with that, or any other healing techniques that you use personally?
With the Reiki, I mean, the Reiki is just phenomenal. I just can't stress it enough. It's not only just for, the healing part of it, but it's to move the energies and to balance all the chakra systems. For me, though, when I'm doing Reiki on a client, it's funny because, I also receive healing as well, and it just feels so good to be, getting in their energy field and just working on someone, and you feel the release. I feel the release, and also, it's kind of like I've incorporated my own. It's not just Reiki. There's like other things that are going on with spirit as I'm performing Reiki. So I'll get downloads of information and, messages, it might be from their spirit team, or even, archangels have come in and, ascended masters, and that's been quite profound. And the energy is so high that, it just feels like bliss. It feels so good. And when I can infuse that into somebody's energy field, it's absolutely amazing. So I also benefit when I do give the Reiki. So it's very healing for myself as well, and also for my client. So it's amazing. So I'm sure, I know you do Reiki too. So, what's your experience with that?
Yeah, I just started doing it a little bit. I did I always get it wrong. Is it Yasui? Am I saying that right? Yasui. And then I'm not big on the hand gestures. That's just a lot to remember. I sort of trust, the process of what spirit unfolds. I think like you, it's very much guided versus instructional based. So I do resonate with crystals, and I understand and I physically feel the energy from crystals, and so I started doing a crystal Reiki class, and so I'm nearing the end of that, and I was able to, fortunately, last night actually perform Reiki on someone who lived all the way in France, a whole nother part of the country, and it was beautiful. And I think like you, the same thing. It's interesting because I'm kind of okay, help me understand the goal, or what's the goal, and then I'll get to it in my own way. That's why I never really did good in school, because I'm a little bit of a nonconformist. I'm like, well, what's the goal? What are we trying to achieve? And so understanding what that looks like, then I'll just sort of go with my gut and let it guide me in terms of the things that I need to extract or give back. And you're absolutely right. The process of doing that for me was, I learned a lot, and you do, whether you're connecting through, with loved ones on the other side through a mediumship reading, or you are doing Reiki, you're in their energy and you're picking up stuff, and people come forward. That's their loved ones. I think people, it's interesting because I've had some readings with people where they are used to sort of the tarot card, and there's a little bit of a fear, or maybe that's the wrong word, apprehension when it comes to mediumship. And it's all energy, y'all. It's the same, it's all energy. So I don't care if you're doing Reiki, if you are doing tarot card or what. Mediumship, you just tend to get a little bit more specifics, because that's what the person tries to do in terms of when they learn that. The same thing through Reiki. And I think, it hit me last night, gosh, Spirit has been kind of pulling me to the Reiki, because unknowingly, since I've been doing readings, I've been getting a lot of information on physical things. They always would show me colors of the chakra system and what's going on. And sometimes, depending on if the person needs it, I'll immediately see a flash of color, and I know that that's their chakra that's misaligned. I've seen sometimes they're overextended on it, and so depending on the color, I know if they're under or over. So it's quite fascinating. And so, of course, it's all if you're a healer, you're a healer, right? And so I think it's important to but also practice self-care with that, giving unto others and really understanding about that. But yet if we're being honest with ourselves, as much as we, give to others and really try to help in healing, we forget about our own self-care. And, it's really the honest mask, right? You can't help another unless you put on your own oxygen mask. So
fantastic. I mean, I just think it's so good on, as you said, the body and the mind and the soul. And, the energy's up, being moved around, and, you're out in a social setting with others, you're in with like-minded people in their energy, and so the space feels good, So I think anything, I mean, even if it's not yoga or if it's something else, Tai Chi, or even, just a spinning class or something like that, you're not alone, you're with others, and I think that's really good for everyone, So I think that's great. One of the things I do for self-care, and it's a little bit different, is when I'm feeling overwhelmed or anxious, or there's just so much going on, whatever it may be, I take a day and I call it just a mental health day, where I shut off technology. I'm not even around it. And I take that day for myself, and I go out in nature and I take photography pictures. And I will just, I might even travel like an hour drive to different locations, places I've never been before. And, and I'm by myself. Sometimes Dave will go with me, but most of the time it's during the day because he's at work. And I'll take a trip, and I just spend the day taking photos. Some of them come out good, some of them not so good, and that's okay. But I'm in the moment, and I'm really enjoying what I'm doing. And so the joy, the overwhelming joy that I feel is, just amazing, and it feels really good, and it centers me. It brings me back down to where I need to be. And the joy that I just get from that, going to a new place, even if it's a familiar place, just to be out in nature too. And then when I come home, I look at my work, and, I might, go through the pictures, and, I'll post them on Facebook or Instagram, and some of the pictures that I do take. And so that's something that I find helps me in centering and grounding, and just kind of getting back to that, back to that center for myself. So it's very therapeutic for me. So, and I don't know many others that do that, but I thoroughly enjoy that. It's good for me. So it's kind of, for the listeners that are here tonight, you have to find your little niche, something for you, for your own self, that feels really good, gets you back to center, and go ahead and do it. Shut off the phone, shut off the computer, and be in the present moment. And I can't stress that enough. And it's very good. It's very good, for yourself, and to do that. It's self-care. It really is. So.
Yeah. No, absolutely. Yeah. Nature. I 100%. Nature is my drug of choice for sure. That's. Yeah, definitely. It's been a little difficult with the winter, I'm sure, as you're experiencing as well. And so that's why I'm literally I've got to move. I'm it's on the horizon. I need the beach. I need, everything. Just the ocean waves. And nature has this way of just sort of putting you in your place. You know what I'm saying? So, and then you take pictures. That's even better, because then you get there's proof that, there is a place of centeredness. So that's amazing. That's cool. Very cool. Nice. So are you ready, Tina? You're going to be running the phone lines tonight? I am ready. If she hangs up on anyone, it's all good. No, you're fine. You're going to, it's so doable.
I'm very new at this, so bear with me. Okay, so I am ready. Are you ready to take callers?
I am, absolutely. Yeah.
Okay, all right. So let me go to the switchboard here.
Okay.
And, okay. Okay, area code 856, you're on live. Can I have your name and where you're calling from, please?
Hi, this is Laura in New Jersey.
Hi, Laura. How are you?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm great. Do you have a question for us this evening?
Yeah, I just wondered what you might see for me. My contract is supposed to be ending the end of May, and I was wondering if you see me being able to jump onto another contract before that happens.
You said it's at the end of May?
Yes.
Okay.
So, hi, Laura. This is yeah, I don't know. I have to tell you, like I definitely see you making the transition. I don't feel like you're going to be in the same job. I don't feel like it doesn't feel like it's one that they're going to maybe extend that contract per se, like for that particular role. But I do see there being a shift into another role. Does that make sense?
You mean for the same company that I'm working for on this contract, or do you think it's a different role with a completely different company altogether?
I actually, it's interesting. I don't feel like it's a transition outside of what you're doing, but that can be because you're going through a contracting agency. Is that correct?
Yes, I have there's like two contract agencies. So my agency contracted me into another contract agency. And the manager that I report to on this contract, he's also a contractor with the second agency. The second agency that bought my contract from the first agency. Yeah, it's kind of weird.
Yeah, it is. I do. That's why I ask, because it feels a little like not a traditional. It feels a little offset in terms of the way that it would normally work. But I do see whatever I do see a man, and I feel like the man that you will stick with him. So that should provide you that answer. Wherever he is aligned to, I see you still staying with him specifically. So hopefully that helps.
Okay, so the guy that I'm reporting to now, you see me continuing to work for, his name begins with a J. Do you see me continuing to work for him? Because if that's the case, then that means I'm getting extended on this contract.
I feel like there might be something to where it's a different type of role, is what I think. Bottom line, you're going to continue to have a job, and it's sequential. So you're not going to have a gap in employment. I feel like you're going to be taken care of. They've already got you in terms of, they look at as you as inventory, right? Because you're someone who's bringing in revenue for both the contracting agency, but you've already been processed, if you will. So it's so much easier to keep you and manage you through different work. But I feel like there might be a contract that for that specific role has run out, but they're getting another role approved that you will be doing. So I can't give you the specifics on what it is because I feel like it's being processed still, but you will still have a job.
Oh, good. So I'm not making as much money as I typically make on this contract. Do you see that would they be willing to maybe go up a little bit in price on the contract? Do you think that could happen?
You can ask them. It would be nominal. I don't feel like you would it definitely would not double. I feel like it would be nominal increase, but you can certainly ask for that. I feel like there's an opportunity. I mean, obviously your contracting agency is taking the big hit, and if you're going through two separate contracting agencies, we don't need to get into the details around that, but each person gets a cut, and so you're getting a cut of a cut. So it would be in your best interest to look for better ways in which to manage yourself in that situation. So I just feel like you need to get number one, you need to get some experience within kind of the space that you're in right now. And it feels like you need to bring a little bit of more confidence in terms of the work that you're doing. And then you have the capability in which to kind of more set your standard in terms of what you expect to be paid. But it's coming.
Okay, great. Thank you very much.
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay. Hi, Laura. So this is Tina. So the first thing that I got right away, and it made sense after you said it, was I was just seeing like a couple of different contracts. And so I was trying to decipher, which one you're going with and whatnot. And what I'm going to concur with what Heather said. So I was seeing the same thing. It's like a continuation. There isn't going to be a gap I don't feel there's going to be a gap at all in the, in the employment at all whatsoever. I am seeing a female, though, in addition to this male. So this female and male, I could see talking about the contract that they're going to give to you. As far as an increase in salary, I just saw Spirit. I know you can't see me on camera, but my hand is kind of slightly up, and Spirit was just showing me like a little bit of an incline with that. It wasn't going to be anything hugely substantial, but that is what I'm seeing for you. So, like Heather said, go ahead and ask for, an increase in pay. Absolutely. And I feel this is something that you're going to, it feels like it's the same line of work that what you're doing now, like it's going to continue. So that I just kept seeing a continuum of that. So I hope that helps you.
Yeah, I think it's positive at least. That would at least help me because I'm still trying to catch up from being out of work before. So I still have bills that I'm trying to get caught up on. So that reassures me that there won't be a gap between contracts right now. That's a relief.
Yeah, I don't, and I'm getting the tingles now. I don't see that at all with you. I am just want to remind you to just, go, obviously know exactly what's, going to happen to you and be conscientious of that, but also just go with the flow too as well to kind of, to lessen that anxiety that you're feeling and just kind of, take it day by day, with you. I do want to stress that to you, the importance of that as well, okay, because they are going to feel your energy that you're, giving off as well. And so you want to show that confidence and you want to show that, everything is, centered with you as well. So when you're dealing with the people at work, they can feel that energy from you. So just, just remind yourself to just, Heather and I talked about it today, take that step back and to not react to the emotions or the fear or the anxiety. So just know that, Spirit has your back and the universe has your back and, trust that and surrender to that. All is going to be okay. So, just keep doing what you're doing because it is really positive, and I feel like they really do appreciate you and like you in the workplace. I feel that, you do a really good job at what you're doing. It feels really positive, So I hope that helps.
Yeah, it does. Thank you very much.
You're so welcome, Laura. All right, and call us back and let us know. Let us know how you're doing.
I will. Thank you. Have a good night.
Okay. Have a good night. Bye-bye.
Bye.
Thank you.
Okay.
Yeah, that's interesting.
Right.
I was seeing the female, and that's around the asking for more money, and you're absolutely spot on. You can't go to someone and say I need more money, but they can feel your fear. You wouldn't give it to them. You know what I mean?
Right.
Yeah, no,
Right.
That is important. Somebody else who's listening or is going to hear this needs to hear that. Like, if you're going to say it, own it. Absolutely.
Yeah, absolutely.
Be proud.
Yeah, absolutely. Okay, so you ready for the next call? Okay.
I am.
All right, 704, you're on live. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, it's Melissa, and I'm in North Carolina.
Hi, Melissa. How are you?
I'm needing some self-care, but I'm working on that right now. But
perfect evening to call us.
Yeah, I read the bio. I'm like, let me call in. Switching jobs, stuff like that, making changes to be more in alignment. But aside from the self-care aspect, what do my guides and angels or whoever want me to focus on outside of that? Because right now I feel like I'm just stumbling around. Mm-hmm. Like I'm grasping at where I need to go as far as my spiritual growth.
So, hi, Melissa. This is Heather. So when I connect with your energy, I feel like it's not so much about where you need to go, but what you need to sort of, how do you say, I don't want to say distance yourself, but just, it's really about kind of setting up boundaries. It feels like it's important for you to hear that. I feel like there's a lot of like outside influences. Are you currently coupled?
No. Mm-mm.
Okay. I feel like it just feels like there's I feel like there's a lot of influences on the outside. And so that might be like, I don't know if this is like parents or just friends or what this is, but it feels like that a lot of times, and whether or not that they, it's sort of like they put the bug in your ear. You know what I'm saying? Like in terms of, it feels like oftentimes you think about what other people say. And actually, were you married at one point? Because I feel like, I'm just going to tell you, there's a feeling of a relationship that you've had in the past to where a lot of times the feeling was like a little, like it was a heavy energy drain for you. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm. No, I was married. I've been divorced. The last relationship I had ended at the end of 2017.
Okay, but that was heavy for you. Would you say yes?
Yes, because I really felt a soul connection with him, and there was a lot of karma that came up with that one to be worked out.
I feel that, because I'm saying he's still in your energy field. So regardless of, and I should have asked it differently, it's not about being coupled. It's about who is in your space, and I feel him in your space a lot. So I don't know if that means you're pulling his energy into your space. You guys still have some unresolved, like, emotional stuff that's going on, but he is definitely in your space. And so I just feel like that's one of the things that you need to focus on in terms of, like, healing those things, because you're very distracted is all I feel. I feel like there's and I don't know if sometimes the ego or what that is, but a lot of times, like, when we know that we need self-care but we don't honor that, we will find a distraction. And so so it's not so much about
the job I had was really demanding, and I was trying to do right by them and say, okay, I'm giving you notice here. And they kept dragging it out, and finally I get to train the person this weekend to take my place. I'm like, thank God, I get out of there. And then my dog's sick, so I'm getting pulled to my dog, and I'm like, okay, what's wrong with her? And she's getting me up in the middle of the night, and I'm tired, and I'm like, oh my God, it's like all hitting me at once, and it's just being told
and so it's interesting, because when you said what should I do, Spirit's like, it's not what you should do, it's what you should stop doing. And I really just feel like it's almost like your energy calls to that. So guaranteed, like when your dog's healed, your sister or somebody, a friend, is going to be like, hey, I need your help. You need to start setting up the energetic boundaries around you, or I'm telling you, Moth Flame, that is going to be your mission here, or I wouldn't say mission, it's going to be your MO, is that you're always that caregiver for everyone else but yourself. And so really tune into your own needs and your own self, because you'll find that when that happens, when you give your notice next time, they're going to be like, okay, well, good luck, and thanks for all your hard work. They're not going to drag you along, is what I'm saying. So, give yourself permission to set those boundaries and know, and I feel like a lot of that has to do, again, I'm being pulled to the energy of your ex, and a lot of the dynamics and the parallels of that relationship is sort of like, again, I have, Spirit's always showed me this sort of blurry out the faces, and it's all the same experience. So you can look back and blurry out his face and look throughout your life of consistent experiences that you've had where there's the energy drain against you. So that's what I'm getting. I hope that.
It does. Thank you.
Thank you.
Hi, Melissa. So what I'm picking up for you is I am getting the energetic drain, and I am seeing the work. When you mentioned the work, it was like, yep, that's it. That's a lot of what is draining your energy at this moment. And again, it's like, we're talking about the retrograde earlier, so I'm being pulled to, just talk about you as an empath and what you're absorbing and the energy that you're absorbing. It's like you're a sponge, and so you're very sensitive to things that are going on externally, and so you internalize those things. And when you internalize those things, what I am picking up from you is like your thoughts, start to kind of go rampant, and you almost, almost like feel like it's something you're doing that's wrong per se, but it's not anything that you're doing wrong. And as Heather's boundaries that I'm feeling that you really do need to put up for yourself. You know, I mean, I'm still working on that personally in my life, just because I am the caregiver. I am the one that wants to please everybody. And I feel that, you know, the same energy that I have, I feel like a connection with you, that you want to, you know, you say yeses all the time, and you just don't necessarily say the no, just because you want to please everybody. So I feel that with you, if you can take that step back and if you can just reassess things that are going on, really just step out of yourself, look in, and make small changes that, you know, that'll really benefit your life. I just think, you know, putting yourself first a little bit more, honoring that. And as far as your spiritual path, I mean, it's like wide open. And so what I want to tell you is what your soul and your heart is drawn to. You know, Spirit will let you know. You're going to feel it. You're going to know it. And, you know, I just, whatever thoughts that you're getting in your mind are messages from Spirit, and to really listen to that, because you are getting information from your team and the angels and your guides. You know, and to really just trust that, okay? Because we get information all the time. Everybody does, and when we don't trust that, we may not make those right choices because we're not fully surrendering and trusting. And so I just want to, you know, it's really important for Spirit's telling me to say that to you, to really trust yourself, trust the information that you're getting, trust what you're feeling. And when something doesn't feel good, really, you know, do something about that, or make some, you know, changes. Don't question it. Don't second guess it, okay? And to really, you know, honor that. And I hope that helps.
It did. Thank you.
You're so welcome. Okay,
Good luck,
all right.
Go take a nice Epsom salt bath or something. Do something for yourself.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I sure will. Thank you.
All right. Have a good evening.
You too. Thank you.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
Okay. All right. Hey, 858, you are live. What is your name and where are you calling
thank you so
from?
much, ladies. My name is Ann, and I'm calling from California. And actually, I'm asking a question that my daughter asked me to ask. It's okay? It is okay with you?
Anne, I think we've talked to you before. Is it about a guy?
Yeah.
Oh, let's see. Yeah, I remember talking to you, Anne, about your...
What's your name? Remind me, please. What's your name?
Heather.
Heather.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So did she ever, I recall very vividly, because I felt a very sweet
yeah, she's into that guy, and they had a meeting that didn't go, you know, a date that didn't go that well, and now he left to Asia for the whole month on a business trip, or I don't know what kind of trip. So she's wondering if they will ever see each other again, or that's all for them.
You know, I didn't feel, gosh, as I remember too, like I didn't feel like it was going to be this like ta-da love, and I think there was a little bit of a disappointment around that, but that's not, like I feel like it's a friendly energy, but I just don't, it feels like one of those things to where divine timing, and that's not the space that they're in right now. It just doesn't, it feels like a sort of a ship's passing in the night energy, to where it doesn't feel like it resonates, but it feels sweet in terms of, I feel like there's an opportunity for them to have like a good connection, and in terms of like, you know, nowadays, regardless of what place you reside in, people can connect globally all across, you know, anywhere. And so I feel like that opportunity will exist for them. But I just feel like it's one of those things where I'm here, you're there, and it just can't quite work out. And so that's what I'm getting for. Again, probably not what you want to hear, but she's very
No, I understand,
sweet,
because she was quite disappointed after the date in January. She said it was what she expected, and he was very kind of disappointing. He didn't talk much at all. He seems to be distracted. So at this point, she's not even sure that she wanted to communicate with him, and then he left to Asia for that long trip. He's still in Asia. He's coming back, I think, in the next week or two. So that means she should forget about the guy, right? He will not try to reach out and make things work with her? Because I think she still has feelings for him.
Yeah, I mean, I think she's in love with being in love, right? I think for her, I think for her, she wants to have that feeling, and don't we all, like we all do, like there's nothing wrong with that. But I think it's really important for her to find that sort of soul that aligns to the same energy. This is really important. Like, so if you hear nothing else, hear this, or pass this on to your daughter, please. Just like the last lady, or I think it was the last lady who called in, where, you know, I felt the energy of her ex still around her, and that in some ways can hold you back from having another relationship. So if knowing that the feeling of like this is probably not going to be, she just needs to align with her own energy center and her own love, and let that be drawn into her. Don't force it. Don't create that situation. So I feel like that's what I need to say, and I feel like I think that's it. Yeah.
I don't think that she's really holding to that hope, but he's not a bad guy. Actually, I would want him to reach out to her. So do you see anyone new coming into her life? Because I think that she's kind of lonely.
So let me ask you a question. Is she really wanting to be with someone, or are you really wanting her to be with someone?
No, she wants to be with someone, and she was very much interested in that guy, and it was 6 months communication, chats, phone calls, I don't know, like there was lots of communication, and after January, boom, like she says it was kind of very disappointing. She's not even sure what happened because he wanted to see her.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Is your daughter, like in school, or it feels like she's got a lot of distractions.
She's working now. She's not in school. She didn't apply to the school that she wanted for other reasons, so she just continues to work.
Okay. So I guess the reason why I'm asking that is I just see she has a lot of energy expending in other places in terms of like she's really busy. So, I mean, yeah, if she gets if that's kind of what she calls to her heart, that can come to her. But I don't know. I don't know, Tina. For me, I'm just feeling like she's in kind of it's interesting because I have to just say this. There's a lot of, I've connected with people that, and known a lot of people where I want this, but in reality, they're not telling the universe they want that. So for example, like, you know, the laws of attraction, a lot of people, like, I want to be with someone, but they sleep in the middle of their bed, or they put their car in the middle of the garage. And there's certain things where it's like when you really start to align to that and you want that, you start bringing that into your life. And I've seen that. I mean, it's no different than someone who's going to move. Think about someone who's moving. They get their house ready, they clean their baseboards, they box up all their stuff. You're setting the intent to the universe, and therefore, immediately, you get a buyer. So that's what I feel like I need to say to you. So I'm not going to say a yes or a no, she'll meet someone. That's what I feel like I need to say. So I don't know, Tina, if you get anything differently.
It feels... It just feels that your daughter needs to work on some things with herself. And so I started pulling some cards, and the first card that I picked that popped out was actually pause. And so,
excuse me, pause?
You know, pause. And so with the feelings that she's feeling around this, wanting this relationship, this desire to have this relationship, you know, I feel like it's an idea of love. Like she, you know, and I understand that completely because we all want to be loved. We all want love in our lives. And I understand that. I am, the second card before I go on to the second thing was the inner child card. So I feel like she really needs to work on that inner child of hers. I feel like there's some things that just weren't released as a youngster. that she just really needs to work on now. So now I understand why the pause card came up first and then the inner child card came up second. I am picking up the number 22 popped in my mind. I don't know if that's her age, but I am getting the number 22, and I really don't know the correlation to that. As far as a relationship, whether it be with this individual or anybody in the future, it's not coming into my view at this moment, at this present time, because I really feel that the work that she has to do is on herself, her inner child, and as Heather pointed out, sending those thoughts out to the universe and manifesting that, what her wants and desires and needs are. I mean, it's you got to do the work on yourself, I think, and then I think she'll be ready. I think it's just right now the focus is on herself, and so it just relay to her not to feel frustrated. It has nothing to do with her personally, as Heather pointed out. It's not in an alignment type of relationship that I feel. There was a I remember this call in this reading, and I know there was a possibility of that. I did feel friendship, and I remember saying that this friendship, this foundation. And again, I just feel like this foundation with her own self needs to be built first. So if that makes sense. And I hope that helps. So, and I've been single to certain parts of my life for years, and it was just that inner work that I had to do. And so once you get that done, it's, things are different. So I really just want to, just really stress that to you, to have that focus for her is to work on her inner self.
Okay.
And
did you let it feel something about schooling, because the school situation also kind of fell through, so it was just bad timing in spring and
school, which is why I asked. Yeah, sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt. I see her going to school, which is why I asked. I feel like it's
because she was planning to go to one school and she didn't pass the test with the needed score, so she missed the deadline for that school number one choice. And now we even don't know if she will go to any school. So the situation with this. So do you see when she can be admitted maybe to a different school? Because in that school it's gone. The deadline was March 1st. She missed that. She didn't go because of the test score.
Yeah, no, I definitely see her going to school, and it's funny because I was when Tina was talking, I was actually pulling cards, and all the cards, self-worth, purge, recognition, patience, all that stuff came up. That's like the no-brainer. But then the summer card came up as well, and so I was like, what's that about? And so I think that's your answer. So
in summer.
I already feel it. Like it's already it's close enough to where it feels like it's already that's why I was saying, is she in school? Because I see her going to school, and so. Again, she needs to be thankful that things didn't pan out that way, because she is going to be so busy, and this is a good. It's almost like karmic and written that she will go to school because of the fact that she will be able to do exactly what Tina was talking about. And absolutely. So it's going to happen. Because she was
kind of even not sure if she should apply to different schools. Do you feel that the school will be on the East Coast or on the West Coast, or maybe? Because she says, I really wanted to go to the school in California, and now I don't know even if there is any other school that I want to apply to. So I don't know. It was a really upsetting time in both directions. Do you feel that it will be on the East Coast or West Coast, that school?
Yes, I feel like it's the West.
The West.
The West Coast.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know.
I'm seeing a map, and I am being pulled to the left, so my head's leading, as you can see. So
where is that?
It's my left here. So, but I'm being pulled to the left as well. So I am feeling the West Coast. I have to ask you. I know she's older than 22, because I'm trying to figure out what this 22 means. She is in her 20s, right? Because I'm feeling like she's around 28, 27, 28.
She's 23.
Oh, she's 23. Okay. Yeah. Okay, so she's closer to the 22. Okay, was he 28? Can you tell me, was he a little bit older than her?
Yeah, he was 28, yeah.
Okay, that's why.
The guy was 28.
So, okay, so he's 28 and she's closer to the 22. Got it. Yeah, I'm feeling, that's why Spirit's giving me that. So I am feeling the West Coast, as Heather said. This is her time. I can't stress that enough. This is her time, and for her to just really focus on what she wants to do and her needs. So I feel like this is, it's Spirit pulls us in these directions. We may not understand it at the moment, right? But I feel that when she pursues this, she's going to look back and she's going to then understand and then realize, because I really feel like her life is going to change and her needs are going to be met. Okay, so I really am feeling positive about that.
Oh, I hope so, because
the
first 3 months were very disappointing, quite shocking, just everything didn't go the way she wanted and planned, and I was upset as a mom too.
Of course.
Well, thank you so much, ladies. I really appreciate your time, and thank you for a nice reading, Heather and Tina. Thank you.
You're welcome, and have a good evening. Call us back and let us know.
What's
My
your daughter's
name is Anne.
No, what's your daughter's name?
Lana.
Lana. Okay, well, tell Lana we said good luck, and just have her listen to this, please. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
All right. Have a good evening.
Good evening. Bye-bye.
All right, we're
okay. We have area code 949. You're live. What is your name and where are you calling from?
Hi, my name's Catherine, and I'm calling from California. And thank you so much for taking me. How did I get this lucky? Wow, I love it.
Thank you for calling in.
Every call I'm listening going, come on, pick me, and I never get picked. And today I'm just sitting here not saying pick me, and I get picked. Oh, my God, I love it. My question is, doesn't everybody want more love? And my question has to do about love in my life. And I have been divorced for a while, and I was wondering if you pick up anything about love coming into my life. I'm hoping it'll come in soon.
Catherine, I think I know your energy. Have I? Yes, I thought so. I was like, wait a second. Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Oh, my gosh. How are you?
I'm doing great. And I'm sitting in the backyard. I was thinking about you when you're talking about being cold, and I'm sitting in the backyard in my Southern California. Today's in the 70s. I'm like sitting there right now going, oh, it's so warm. I wish Heather could feel the rock that I have underneath my feet. It's so warm. Thank you, girls. Oh, my gosh, this is so auspicious. I love it. Oh, my gosh. Yeah,
So, Tina, do you want to, I've read for her before, and so I'm going to tune in a little bit more, but I want to
let Tina go first.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So, Catherine, your question is about love?
Yes, I'm divorced. I've been divorced for a while, and I'm ready to have somebody in my life. And I haven't done anything about it other than sit energetically and say, okay, and, prepare, sleep on one side of the bed, park the car on the one side of the garage, that kind of stuff that you don't know you're doing it, but you are doing it. I didn't even think of it until you said it.
Oh, that's so funny.
It is funny.
The first thing that I'm picking up for you is when I see pink hearts, that's Spirit, showing me love. So I am seeing a lot of pink hearts around you, and your aura too. I am picking up on the pink colors and the energy. To me, it feels really good. I'm picking up on the name Richard. I don't know why, if that makes any sense to you. an R.
It does not
Robert.
yet.
Okay, Robert or Richard, so keep that in the back of your mind, because when Spirit gives me names, I always like to tell people, keep that, okay? Don't necessarily harp on it, though, like, because it may just be an R name, it may be.
Right.
Okay, all right, good. But just have an open mind to that, because, if this Richard comes into, because I want to say Richard so bad, if he comes into your life, you have to promise me that you're going to give me a call and let me know, okay? That's the first thing.
I have a terrible habit of like being shy with other people or just pulling back and not being out. When I say get out there, and I step to the back of the room. So if I hear that, I am not going to step backwards. I'm going to actually move forward.
Good. I just want to tell you to go dancing. I want to tell you to go out and just shine. And that's what I'm picking up for you. So.
Well, it's funny. I don't go out dancing and stuff like that, but I'm leaving for Sicily tomorrow, and I'll be there for 3 weeks. So I plan to do some dancing. It might
good.
be style, but dancing. It might be this Italian music.
I'm going to ask. That it feels like it's going to be. It's interesting because I know that you were going there, and it feels like it's. I feel like this. So it's kind of like what Tina was talking about, and so it feels like it might be a situation to where, like, how sometimes like somebody comes up to you and they're like, "Good evening," and you don't even you're like, "Hello," and you don't even know that they're like flirting with you. It feels like it's going to be something like that, to where it's a very casual encounter, and then all of a sudden it's like they're hanging around a little bit, and you're like, oh, wait, and your name is Richard? Oh, that's so weird. So it just feels very serendipitous. It feels really good, but it feels like it's a playful energy between the two of you, to where it's almost like it's this friendship, or just don't be surprised. Be open.
Yeah, I feel really strong about that. I've been on lots of trips. Well, not in the last few years, but but this time I feel there's something. I feel there's. I don't know that I'm going to actually meet someone who's going to be foreign instead of a U.S. citizen, which would make him. I don't know how to say Richard in Italian. Roberto would be Robert.
Maybe Ricardo. I don't know.
Ricardo. Bene.
He might be traveling from Spain or something. Who knows? But
True.
I guess just be. I guess the biggest thing too, though, the disclaimer is when you go, and you know this already, but when you go there, it's not about, when you're there, you're in love. You understand? You can't help but
in a state of love, starting right now, in a state of love, like a state of grace.
Correct, right. And so when you're there, because of the fact that you're in love and you're, literally in that space, you are going to attract that. I'm telling you, it's something very different about that. Yeah. So.
Yeah.
I feel like
it's so magnetic. It's electric.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, I'm excited for you. Oh my gosh, you'll have to let us know and take pictures. Oh my gosh.
Yeah, and the cards. And are you getting that too in the cards? Are you pulling cards on that too?
Oh yeah. So, sorry, I put them, so I got action. First one was action, the big bird flying, and so that just is kind of like a confirmation. Oh, yeah, and then reinvention. I had, that was the other one I was getting, so it's kind of reinventing yourself. That's interesting, too, though, the bird flying, the flight over there, it's taking action.
Yeah,
that's
definitely is,
Yeah,
it's
like, oh, yeah, duh, that's... And the reinvention, it's and this on this card is a suit, and it's sort of reinventing yourself, and really, it's that realigning to that energy. And then the understanding. I actually went a little crazy. I don't know why I pulled so many. I just did. It felt right. So and so the understanding, and that really goes with like the understanding, mirroring, and healing cards. I just really feel like all of those sort of go together, and it's just almost like one of those things to where it's sort of the understanding and the healing with the work that you've done that's led up to those moments of action and reinvention. So it feels just really positive, really positive.
Sweet. I love that. Gosh, my heart just, wow, I've got my eyes closed, so I just see magenta everywhere with my eyes closed right now when you said that. So awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah. Did your counterpart, I can't think of her name right now, Tina, did she pull cards?
No, but I can. Let me see what I get here. Just really quickly here.
But I know but you're so intuitive too, because you were giving information too that you got.
Yes. Mhm. Okay. Oh. Okay. I have one that just popped out here. 1 second. Oh. Okay. So the two that I pulled, I know. I'm like, I'm all excited. You know, these cards, I have to say they're amazing because I feel them. I can't explain it any other way, but I literally feel the cards. So this one is
Angela. Yeah. I just want to give her a plug on those. They're freaking amazing.
Mystic Moon. Yeah, they really are. Yeah. And she's fabulous.
Yeah.
So the first card is Refocus, and it's a woman riding a horse, and she's just riding a horse through a field. And then the second card was Spring. And so what I'm getting from this, so you're going on this trip, so you're having this refocus, and then the Spring card that comes up, I mean, it's just newness, it's life, it's what I'm picking up from that, and happiness and joy. And so it is, like Heather said, so positive. Everything feels positive with what you're, doing and experiencing and what's going to be happening here in your life and what's going to come to fruition. Because I know it's coming. I'm like the love bug. I love it. I love it when I feel it for people. I feel it. I feel it.
You feel love.
Sure do.
God, that's what I wanted to hear. Because you're right. Spring is Wednesday is in this country in the 20s, and there. So spring is such a perfect card. That speaks volumes.
Sure does. Yeah.
Yeah, I love that.
Yeah. So you'll have to. So how long you're going to be gone for? How long? A week or
3 weeks? Yeah, a couple weeks.
Wow.
3 weeks.
You will be
back
in
April.
love. Okay, that's definitely enough.
I hope so.
Wow.
I will definitely email you.
Okay, yes. Yeah. So let us know. We will expect a phone call in about 3 to 4 weeks to let us know that you're experienced love to the full. I can't wait. Oh my gosh.
That would be my supreme pleasure to do that. And I just want to tell you I love you. And Tina, I love you too. But Heather's just so amazingly special. I know her. So I just wish you both supreme light, supreme love, supreme blessings, and our co-creation here.
Thank you so much. I love you too, Catherine.
I love you.
All right. Bye, girl. Thank you so much for taking me today. What a gift you were to me. Oh, I'm so honored you. Thank you.
Exactly. The best for last, right? No offense to the other callers, but, it's going out with a bang. We got Catherine Love energy. So safe travels.
Thank you.
I'll send you good news.
Safe travels. Yeah.
Okay. Love you. Bye, girls. Bye.
Bye-bye.
All right.
She's so sweet. Isn't she sweet? I did it.
Yeah, I'm so happy because I was kind of like, we're getting towards the end here. I don't know if we should take any more, but it's like, okay, yeah, let's do one more. And definitely, I'm so glad. And that's so funny because, she's amazing, just amazing. I love her energy, everything about it. And, how it's like so.
And it's exciting. I'm excited for her.
Yeah. Congratulations to you on your first switchboard experience. So how does it feel? You're official.
I feel great. I came out of my comfort zone. So Colby will be happy if she's listening.
Yeah. No, yes, you did it. And so, yeah, it's that's part of, what this is about is stepping out of your comfort zone and, being uncomfortable and growth all the way around. So that's awesome. So,
yeah.
Well, with that, any big weekend plans? Any self-care activities on the horizon for you?
I don't have anything this weekend, but next weekend I do. So I'm looking forward to that. I am getting a massage. So, yeah. When you mentioned it, I'm like, I cannot wait for mine. I so need it. I haven't had one in a long time, but I need it. I need it. So that is what I'm doing for myself. Thank you so much for tuning in and for the callers, and we look forward to seeing you next week. I don't know what the topic is going to be next week as of yet, but Heather will be posting that, I'm sure, and we'll be back. So.
All right. Thanks, everyone.
Right. Yeah. Thank you, and have a great evening. Bye-bye.